Hello YouTube. Right, so here I have my Nukeproof Horizon pedals, clipless obviously, as you can see. They're in a bit of a state. They could do with a service. In fact, I was riding today and one of them actually locked up on me. Did a bit of backpedaling and it came off. So yeah, no time like the present. They're both actually moving pretty freely now, but I had to do a bit of a trail fix on the one, so I thought, there's probably some crud got in there. It could do with re-greasing and what have you. So I'll take you through it. What I'm going to do first though is, and I'll be back in a sec, I won't bore you with this, but I'm going to brush them off. All I've done so far is I've taken them off the bike using an 8mm Allen key. There you go. Going to use that. I'm going to try and do this without the use of any special tools. I believe there'll be some bearings in here that are set in, and a collar probably as well. Normally you need a special tool to extract those, but let's have a look. Also, these pedals need a bit of TLC. I've sort of lost a few of these little spikes over the months that I've been using them. I've probably had these for about a year now. So you can see there, I've got a few battle scars, but top rated pedal. I love them. Very light. Clip mechanism works perfectly. Like I said, the only problem that I've had with this left one today, oh, you can hear that, it's getting a bit squeaky, is that I've obviously gave it a thwack and it seized up on me. I was going through a bit of a technical section, clearly doing a bit of back pedaling, or not forward pedaling anyway, and it just unwound and came off on me. Never had that happen before, to be honest, but obviously it was seized solid, so it wasn't moving anywhere other than unscrewing. So right, okay, what I'm going to do is let's open it up and have a look. Like I said, 6mm into the end there. Just gonna set that aside. Yeah, there you go, there's the nut that I was talking about. You can see that there. So I'm going to need a little socket to get that off. So bear with me a second. I'll see whether I've got one. This is, oh, wrong pedal. This is an 8mm. It's not an 8mm. It's one bigger, maybe 9mm, perfect. So I think I'm going to need good old impact driver on it. Yeah, right, look like a dream. Get the nut out, please. Well, actually, what we'll do is we'll leave the nut in there. We'll take the spindle out there and just pop the nut back on. Yeah, it's still quite nice grease actually. It looks a bit dirty, but this particular pedal, the left one, as it unscrewed, it actually fell into a pond. So I was expecting it to be a bit wet, to be honest. And I've got a bit of wear there off that little collet, so I don't know whether that's not been seating properly, whether that's my issue. Oh, we'll know more when we take the other one apart. Yeah, and as you can see in there, that's where our bearings are. So what I think I'll do is I'll give this a really good spray down, bit of a clean. I'll strip the other one down in the same manner. I won't use any rubbish tools this time. I'll use ones that I know and trust, and then I'll be right back. Lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse the process now. Just going to pop that collet back in to the drive side end, if you know what I mean. There you go, that's just seated nicely. Then next is in the other end, the bearing. The bearings actually feel super smooth. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of lubricant in here. This stuff is pretty sticky, so it just holds things in place really, and gives you a bit of, there you go, gives you a bit of stiction. There you go, that rubber seal fits in there. And we're actually, once I put the spanner part in there, this socket rather, that should drive it in. I'm just going to make sure that's nice and tight by putting the 8mm Allen key in there. Give it a couple of blasts. I don't think we should torque that down any. So you can see now there is actually some play in the pedal there, or in the spindle, and that's simply because this I haven't cleaned this one. This sort of big grub screw here that goes into the end of the pedal, which is the end that you can see when you look at the bike on the side, actually tensions that, there we go, actually tensions the bearing. So again, this is a 6mm, so let's just drive that in, torque that down, you know, that coming out really. Yeah, whoops a daisy. There, quite tight, and you'll find there's no play now in that stuff. Now, if you remember, this is the one that was open. What I'm going to do is just going to slide that in if it goes this time. I had a problem with this, didn't I? Just going to fit that in. It might not go actually. It's a bit of a shame because I don't really want to put that open end on that side. Wondering whether I should tap that in with a hammer. Let's put it in the other way, see how it goes. Right, see, it fitted in okay there. What we do is take that nut off there, because just pop that in. Not going to go actually. There we go. Let's go a little bit more. Should, now that it's in, actually seat. A bit of a knock. It's got to be flush, so it's not quite there yet. So I'm going to give it a little tap. Right, just after something just sit in that hole there. There you go. Again, lads, ladies and gents, this is where the other one went straight in. Well, this one was flared slightly because I had that problem, so you can see now actually that little crack there, which the steel was made out, the flat piece of steel that was formed to make that, is actually closed now. Okay, I mean, there's probably a 20 quid tool or something you can buy from Nukeproof to sort of to facilitate that, but yeah, like I said, by no means an expert. I'm just trying to do this as you guys would really at home as well, with things that you've got lying around. So again, a little bit of grease on there. Not loads, just a bit at the end. There we go. And then just pop that in, thread it through. Whoops, not very nice. Pop that back in. Nut on the end. Torque that up. And then 8mm in the end. I don't over tighten or stress anything. As you can see, still got that movement, which you might be worried about. What do you think of this this degreaser muck off stuff? I actually really think it's pretty good stuff, and also it smells amazing. I don't know what they make it out of, but it absolutely smells gorgeous. Good enough to eat. Of course, I don't suggest you eat it at all. Right, so again, it's another pedal formed and spinning really well. You can see that rubber now sits nicely in that recess. Perfect. Jobs are good. And hope you found that useful, guys. Like I said, by no means an expert, but I hope you learn from sort of my mistakes there. And if you want to service them, you know, you might save yourself a few quid. And you can do it with some pretty basic regular tools. What I would recommend is that you've got a nice clean surface to work on. Make sure you keep all your parts separate, particularly if you're doing them at the same time like I did. There's no need why you just strip one down and then build it back up. But I hope you found that useful. Give me a like, a thumbs up, whatever, if you think it was good, and see you around sometime. Cheers.